Your search for the most comprehensive CLAT preparation program ends now. BYJU'S Exam Prep brings to you over 300 recorded lectures, 300 plus hours of live classes, over 50 mocks across CLAT and non-CLAT exams, and 9,000 plus topic-specific preparation questions. All of this specifically curated by NLU alums and IM grads. So what's stopping you? Go register for the BYJU'S Exam Prep scholarship test now and get thousands of scholarships.
Hello everyone and a very good morning to all of you and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep, the most comprehensive preparation app for all exams. As we all know, from Monday to Thursday, 11 AM in the morning, we come up with the Hindu analysis. Today is 12th April, आज 12 April Wednesday है, and we are here with the Hindu analysis of 12th April. So let's discuss the important articles of first page. A data protection bill in monsoon session. This we will be discussing, and unfazed India to hold G20 event in Leh, Ladakh. So these two we will be discussing it. So अगर मेरी आवाज आ रही है, just write in the comments, yes sir, you're audible, so that we can move on. मेरी आवाज आ रही है guys? Okay. Now, so data protection bill in monsoon, actually the Supreme Court is hearing the matter related to WhatsApp and all, and that is why in the proceeding of that, the union government has informed the Supreme Court that in the upcoming monsoon session, we will be coming up with a new data protection bill. See, so the things associated with data protection bill goes back to 2017 regarding a judgment of Supreme Court and right to privacy and all, from where actually we are now talking about data protection bill, right? Now, so in 2017, there was a very famous judgment of Supreme Court which held that right to privacy is a fundamental right. So which Supreme Court judgment talked about this? Your options are Navteej Singh Johar case, K.S. Puttaswamy case, M.L. Sharma case, Joseph Shine case. Your time starts now. बताओ, what is the right answer? कौन से judgment में कहा गया था right to privacy is a fundamental right? Which judgment talks about it? Can anyone tell me? So the right answer to this question, I think you all are aware. I have said कि 2017 का judgment है, ठीक है? So the right answer is option 3 or C is the right answer. Sorry, no. Option 2 or B is the right answer to this question. K.S. Puttaswamy case of 2017, right? K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India. That right to privacy is a fundamental right, Supreme Court said. And it was a 9-judge bench order. 9-judge bench, है ना? And you won't be surprised, but yes, it was actually 9-0. So all the judges unanimously said that right to privacy is a fundamental right. Okay? So B is the right answer, yes. Many people have answered, Priya, Chavan, Sania, Ansari, Dheeraj, Mehto, you all right. The next is right to privacy is a fundamental right under which article? Your options are 14, 16, 18, 21. Your time starts now. So Supreme Court, while saying that right to privacy is a fundamental right, invoked which article? कौन से article में right to privacy fundamental right है? So basically it said that right to privacy is a part of right to life. है ना? And I have taught these things in paid classes. So those who are my paid batch student must be aware of it. So right to life is actually option D or 4, Article 21. So D or 4 is the right answer to this question. Article 21 is the right answer. Yes. Yes, Sania Ansari, you all are right. The next one is, see what happened was once the judgment in 2017, the judgment came regarding right to privacy. Okay. So after that actually, in I think around 2018, the government set up a committee for data protection, for drafting data protection bill under actually the chairmanship of a former judge of Supreme Court. So what is the name of that committee? I mean, a committee headed by a retired Supreme Court Judge X submitted report on data protection framework to the government. What is X? Your options are Justice B.N. Sri Krishna, Justice J. Charameshwar, Justice Ashok Ganguly, Justice A.M. Ahmadi. Your time starts now. Yes, इससे पहले के जिन्होंने भी D आंसर किया है, अमूल्य राज, धीरज महतो, प्रिया चवन, you all were right. So under whose chairmanship the committee was set up? Can anyone tell me? So actually Justice B.N. Sri Krishna committee was set up. So A is the right answer to this question. So in 2018, this committee was set up. It recommended, so Justice B.N. Sri Krishna committee recommended the data protection bill, made some rules, means it recommended that how the data protection bill should be. Then the government came up with a draft or a model of data protection bill, which was actually different from, some of the things were different from what Justice Sri Krishna has written. And that is why, in fact, he was also not happy with the data protection bill. Okay, so the government came up with the bill, although it was not passed in parliament, but government came up with this data protection bill. Later on, actually, government withdrew it. वापस ले लिया सरकार ने इसको पार्लियामेंट में. Okay, so government came up with a data protection bill. It was not passed. I mean, then government actually withdrew it, and now government is planning to come up with a new bill, right? So that is why this word is mentioned, new privacy bill, because we had previously also a bill was actually, there was a proposal of a bill which was later withdrawn by the government. Okay, so India plans for a new digital personal data protection bill to bolster online privacy. And it was announced by the government aiming to enforce individual privacy online. The new bill will replace existing information technology rules. So we hope that like IT Act 2000, it has become very old now, right? Why? Because see, in 2000 we did not have very much internet, smartphone, social media was not there. So many of the things are actually not in line. Another law which deals with it is Indian Telegraph Act. Indian Telegraph Act 1885. Again, this is extremely old. So these are old laws. So we need some new laws which should be actually dealing with the things like social media and all. So these are the things. Definition of data fiduciary, data principal, data processor will be there. So what is data fiduciary? Like for example, Facebook handles your lot of data, right? WhatsApp, it handles a lot of data of yours. That will be called as data fiduciary. Data principal means you. If you are a user, if you are having an account on Facebook, WhatsApp, etc., you will be considered as a data principal. Okay? And data processing will be there. So these things will be defined explicitly as it says. Okay? The Union government has informed the Supreme Court that we will be coming up with a new law to enforce the privacy in online space. Actually was ready. That is what they are saying. And why to enforce? Because to enforce the judgment of Supreme Court. The protection of right to privacy, because it is a judgment of a Supreme Court, that is why now it is a responsibility of the government to enforce that privacy. Okay, so that is what Attorney General Mr. R. Venkat Ramani. Please be aware of this GK fact that Mr. R. Venkat Ramani is the Attorney General of India, right? Okay, yes. Let's move on. Yes, the new bill, if passed, will replace the current Information Technology Act and all rules and all different things. And they are mentioning it that in 2017, Supreme Court said right to privacy is a fundamental right. I have explained these things. So no need to go in detail. Now, next one is page number first page. There was another article, unfazed by India to hold G20 event in Leh. See, in this year, I think around September, October, G20 summit is going to happen in India. But before that, we are having a lot of other small level G20 meeting, like Y20, Youth 20 meeting is there, then S20, Science 20 meeting is there, B20, Business 20 meetings are there. So Business 20 means business leaders of these 20 people from these 20 nations. You can say they are coming. It's not correct to say 20 nations because there is 19 nations plus entire European Union. So these are actually from these countries are coming in and discussing. S20 means scientists from these nations are coming in. Y20 means youth summit. So youths will be actually present there. So youth summit will be happening in Leh, Ladakh, bringing together 80 delegates from nearly every G20 countries. Okay. So almost 80 delegates or 80 guests would be there in this Y20 or Youth 20 summit. Okay. Yes. Now let me show you where exactly it is. So this is Ladakh Union Territory, and here you will find Leh. Okay. And so now it is very much important because if you read the editorial, they are talking about it. Why? Because exactly 3 years back, somewhere here, there's a place called as Galwan Valley. Clash happened in, I think June, as far as I remember, June 2020. So this is a question of CLAT 2021 also, right? So it becomes significant because near to it, actually, the Galwan Valley clashes had happened 2-3 years back. 3 years back. PPLA means People's Liberation Army, Chinese army is called as People's Liberation Army. Okay, yes. Now the next one is on the first page. There was an article, India set to grow by 5.9% this fiscal year, IMF says. So International Monetary Fund has said that this fiscal year, when we are saying this fiscal year, we're talking about 2023-24 fiscal year, right? है ना? That is what they're talking about, which means it starts from 1st April this year and it will be ending on 31st March next year. So India's growth would be 5.9%. IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, says this. Okay, so just have an idea, no need to go in detail. Before moving on, guys, we are having a CLAT 2024 comprehensive course. The exam is in December, so hardly 8-9 months is left. You should go for this course. 300 plus recorded videos, 300 plus hours of live session, 35 plus mock tests would be there. If you have question, you can call on this number 9538895678 पे call कर सकते हो. Now, yes, we are also running last lab to MHCT Law 2023 on the same YouTube channel. So subscribe to our channel. नीचे subscribe का button दिया. Please subscribe to it so that whenever we put a video or we'll be coming up with a video, you will get the notification for this. ठीक है? So this will be a A to Z revision of MHCT upcoming exam. ठीक है? Now let's talk about editorial. So these 4 are editorials. Now this one is Punjab, beware of the ideas of March. See, this is in context of Amritpal Singh. I hope you are aware. He is on the run. This word is used as fugitive, or the word used is absconder. One who is on the run and the police is chasing him. That's called as fugitive or absconder. So he has written, he is Mr. M.K. Narayan, is ex-NSA of India, ex-National Security Advisor of India, ex-Intelligence Bureau Director and all, former Governor of Bengal as well. So ex-Governor of Bengal. So he is having a lot of designation. Okay. So he has written an article, 3 decades after sectarian violence mauled Punjab, the radicalist threat appeared to be raised its head again and all. So basically in 1980s, it was very famous, the Khalistan movement and all. I hope you are aware of that if you have read little bit of history and all. So the Operation Blue Star happened 1980s. Then Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale episode and all. So all are actually linked to each other. So he's saying after 3 decades. So we were talking about 1980s, 90s and all. So if you add 30 years, it will be 2010 or something. But 2, 3, 4 decades you can say. So that is what he's saying. These radical threats are again appears to be rising and all. The emergence of a self-styled extremist preacher Amritpal Singh modeling himself on Bhindranwale. So he is actually considered, as many people are saying, he is Bhindranwale 2.0 or something like that. So that is what Mr. M.K. Narayan is talking about. Okay, the author is talking about. The resemblance of the imposter to Bhindranwale is at present limited to style, lacking in substance, etc. and all. So that is what he is trying to resemble Bhindranwale. So that is what he is talking about. The imposter's attempt to revive Bhindranwale mystique and all. Matlab, he is saying that actually he is trying, the Amritpal Singh is trying to actually copy or follow the Bhindranwale and all ideas and all. So that is what he is talking about. I hope you are aware, recently it was very much in the news. Fugitive, again I have told you, absconder and fugitive are the same thing. Means the one who is on the run and police is chasing. So that is called as fugitive or absconder. His aide means close person. Pappal Preet was arrested and sent to Assam prison. So that is what, he was caught in Amritsar district and also under NSA. So that is why he was in the news. Okay. Then he's talking about the dark days in 1970s to 1990s. So he's saying from 1970s to 1990s. Dark days of Punjab means actually the Khalistan extremism were there and all. And he's saying the Prime Minister had to pay the price. I hope you are aware on, I think 31st October 1984, Indira Gandhi was assassinated. 1984, perhaps it is 31st October, please check it. Yes. So he was assassinated because of these Operation Blue Star and all. So that is what the author is talking about. Then the real cause of concern is that the current security dispensation does not appear to have learned right lessons from the past mistake. So he is saying, the author is saying, according to the author, the current security dispensation means the current police force perhaps have not learned many things from the past. That is what the author is writing. Then he is mentioning about 1984 Operation Blue Star and damage caused to Akal Takht. So I hope you are aware, Operation Blue Star happened in 1984 to remove the leader Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale and his followers from the Golden Temple. I hope you are aware of this. So there's a homework. Go and find out which Sikh Guru actually started construction of Golden Temple. This is a homework. Go and find out. Okay, ये homework है, find out कीजिए. So just have an idea about it. Then all serious threats develop from misreading sentiments that remain unheeded by those who in authority and all. Blaming the current violence on drug mafia with links to Pakistan can be at best proximate but not the real cause. So he's saying yes, we can say that drugs mafia and support of Pakistan's intelligence agency ISI and all can be considered as one of the reason, but that is not the only reason, real reason. There can be other reasons also. All serious threats develop from misreading sentiments that remain unheeded. So we have to read, understand the sentiments of the youths or those people who are, why they are getting attracted to these things and what is the reason, how to deter that, है ना, कैसे उसको avoid करना चाहिए कि उस sentiments की तरफ move ना करे लोग. So that is what he's talking about. Then he's talking about prioritizing intelligence analysis. One of the tragedies of intelligence today is that intelligence analysis has low priority. So that is what he is talking about. Yes, Guru Ramdas started construction of Golden Temple. Very good, Amulya Raj. Guru Ramdas, I think he was the fourth, please check it. I think fourth or sixth Sikh Guru he was. Guru Ramdas started construction of Golden Temple, right? Huh? Okay. Please check it on which number he was. I think he was fourth Sikh Guru. But check it as far as I could remember. Okay. So that is what is being talked about here. So because he himself is a former IB officer, ex-intelligence bureau chief. So that is why he is writing about intelligence and all that. Intelligence have to be very much careful and all, and intelligence analysis has to be given high priority and all. That is what he is talking about. Okay. Against this backdrop, it's still BS mentioning that Central State Intelligence Agency cannot have missed signs of growing insecurity among sections of Sikh youth and discontent. So he is saying that perhaps some discontent, यानी नाराजगी है ना, some discontent and insecurity among Sikh youths are there, which has to be actually addressed. That issue has to be addressed. Maybe the decline in economic condition and all. So economic condition is actually on the decline as well. So actually we have to handle those things as well. Sir, it is fourth. Okay, thank you, Amulya Raj. Yes. Guru Ramdas started construction of Golden Temple. Rashmikant, Amulya Raj, right? Huh? And I think as far as I remember, Guru Ramdas was fourth Sikh Guru, hai na? Yes. Okay. So that is what he's talking about. At the very least, Amrit Pal's escapade of leading a bomb armed with guns and other weapons, Ajnala. Recently what happened was, I hope you are aware, Ajnala mein some incident happened in February. I hope you are aware of this. And after that, he was on the run and all. So, and he is considered as the leader of Waris Punjab Day, according to him and all. So that is what is being talked about. Then he is quoting last year in February, 26 January 2021. What happened? So the Republic Day was there and people were protesting against farm laws. And they decided to come up with tractor rally. And now it has been repealed. So they were doing tractor rally, which actually turned into violence and all. And the tractors were inside, the Red Fort and all. I hope you are aware of this. And that is why it was in the news. So he is quoting those things also. And that is what he's talking about. The sentiments for Khalistan has no doubt long existed among Sikh radicals residing abroad and all. So yes, there are some Sikh radicals even living abroad, maybe in countries like Canada and other countries, who have the idea of Khalistan and all. So that needs to be controlled and all. That is what he's talking about. Okay. So just have an idea about it. In large parts of the world, liberal values are already embedded in India, should not yield to their temptation. So he's giving some advices and all, that how to handle these issues. Okay. अब इसमें उतना detail नहीं जाना है, just have a basic idea, that is more than enough. अब side में एक article थे, there was an article talking about divergent fortunes of AAP, Trinamool and NCP are linked to the Congress. I hope you are aware, recently Aam Aadmi Party has been recognized as national party. So that is what is being talked about. So basically, if you see, these are the actually conditions for being a national party. Obtain at least 6% of valid votes in Legislative Assembly or Lok Sabha in 4 or more states, or win at least 4 seats in Lok Sabha from any state. Win at least 3 seats or 2% of the total number of Lok Sabha seats in general election. At least 4 states recognize party as state party. So these are actually the condition for national party, and the last condition was fulfilled by Aam Aadmi Party, है ना? So that is what is talking about, है ना? तो यहाँ लिखा है ना कि from winning Delhi Punjab, registering respectable vote share in Gujarat and Goa. The party has grown into an electoral alternative. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 states है ना, and that is why this has been recognized as a national party and all है ना, Aam Aadmi Party. I hope you are aware, we have discussed in yesterday's class as well. At the same time, Communist Party of India, Trinamool Congress and NCP, Nationalist Congress Party है ना. NCP is of Mr. Sharad Pawar, TMC is of Mamata Banerjee है ना. CPI is not no, it is not very famous now. So these three are actually lost the status of national party है ना. Please be careful, there is another party called as CPIM. This is still a national party, whereas CPI has lost its national party status. CPIM is also called as CPM. ठीक है, just have an idea. So Aam Aadmi Party, Bahujan Samaj Party, Bharatiya Janata Party, Communist Party of India, Indian National Congress, National People's Party. So these are actually 6 national party in India now. ठीक है, so you should be knowing it. Okay, then एक और article थी. Here it was an article, Indian TV hashtag audience fragmentation and all. Fragmentation में था क्या? टूट जाना है ना. Fragmentation में थी breaking of things. That's called as है ना. So Indian TV hashtag audience and all. So basically he is talking about media channels. Though he is saying actually that nowadays we are seeing hashtag, concept of hashtag even used by media channel. See, hashtag is generally used in Twitters and all, and Twitter, Facebook, ये सब पे. In social media site, we use the concept of hashtag. But the author is here saying that nowadays even the mainstream news channel are also talking about hashtag. Hashtag this, hashtag that and all. I hope you are aware hashtag. It is actually to run some, actually to make some topic trending. So they use the word hashtag and all. है ना? One must not forget anchors who often remind viewers about using these hashtags to engage with them on social media. So basically the boundary between media and social media is getting blurred. So whatever is happening in social media is now happening in media as well. And many times you must have seen fake news on social media, again fake news in media also. So I mean, that is what they are saying, ki, the hashtag, the boundary is getting blurred and all. So of course digital platforms provides a means to constantly engage with viewers which would otherwise not be possible via TV and all. इसको एक basic idea है, इसमें बहुत detail में नहीं जानना है. So just they are talking about it, that digital platform provides a means to constantly engage with viewers, है ना. हाँ, so TV video में क्या होता है कि if you are talking about TV media, you are actually one-sided only. Like a journalist is coming, reading the news. So that is only a one-sided talk. Let's say I am talking to you on YouTube, right? It's both side. I am teaching you something, you can respond me also. Like for example, I was asking just now ki Guru Ramdas is which number Guru? I mean, so yes, people answered it, ki sir, it is 4th. Okay? Yes. So I asked some question, you can also answer it, right? So when there is a news channel, I mean, you cannot answer it on the live that yes, you are not correct, this is the correct answer, right? No, it's not like that. So in mainstream media, it is only one-sided actually information exchange, but in social media, let's say in YouTube, if I'm coming live, there can be two-way interaction, right? If I'm asking a question, if I'm discussing something with you, you can also respond and all. The case of farmers, so they are actually giving some examples of hashtag being used during farmers' protest and all 2 years back. TV is increasingly overflowing into digital public sphere and all. And we channel debates. So they have seen, they have done some research on it. No need to go in detail that how actually hashtag were used by people and those who are supporting the media and all. ठीक है, तो उसी पर इसमें अब ज़्यादा डिटेल नहीं जानना. Now let's talk about this one. ये थोड़ा सा important article है talking about the preventive detention law. Actually, this was a judgment which came 1 day back yesterday. Preventive detention, a colonial legacy, has the ability to confer arbitrary powers to the state. Now, what do you mean by preventive detention? The word itself says preventive detention. Now, detention means what? Detain. Detain means to arrest. Preventive means it's not punitive detention, it is preventive. मतलब पहले से ही. It means the police is arresting someone not because a person has committed a crime, but because police feel that in the future he or she may commit a crime, right? That's called as preventive detention. In most of the cases, it appears slightly illogical also, कि why police should be arresting someone who has not done any crime. Yes, but yes, so generally it has been criticized by many. Actually, in many countries you won't find the concept of preventive detention, but in India there is. And that is why Supreme Court has recently said it is a colonial legacy. We have taken it from British. So British used these types of powers, has the ability to confer arbitrary powers to the state. It gives extreme power to the state or the government. State here means government or the police. So basically, actually it gives a lot of power. So even if someone is not indulging in any crime, still a police can arrest and say, okay, I'm doing this preventive detention or something like that. Now, it has been criticized a lot. Even yesterday, there was a judgment of Supreme Court regarding it. And that is why judges should, Supreme Court said, judges should ensure the government has followed every procedure law while flexing preventive detention power against individual. The court said that we have to be extremely cautious while using preventive detention. It should be used sparingly, not again and again. Hai na? So now, since we are talking about preventive detention, there is actually mentioned in the Constitution, where it is mentioned. Article 22, 20, 18, 21. Your time starts now. कहाँ पर mentioned है preventive detention के बारे में? कोई बता सकता है? Yes, the right answer is waiting for the answers. Article 22 talks about preventive detention. So A is the right answer. देखो, if you read Article 22, on the top actually, they're talking about protection, arrest and detention in certain cases. So these two actually I have taught in the paid session. Hai na? You right to have a lawyer within 24 hours. You have to be produced within the judicial nearest judge and all. Hai na? If you are arrested, you have to be produced within 24 hours to the nearest judicial magistrate. But again, Article 22, Clause 3, 4, 5, these are talking about nothing shall apply to anyone arrested under preventive detention. Are you reading this? Yes, one. Priya Chavan and Amulya Raj was right. Then no law providing for preventive detention shall authorize detention of a person for longer than 3 months unless an advisory board consists. So a person can be arrested for at least 3 months under preventive detention law, although if there is an advisory board will be set up and that actually will recommend whether that 3 months should be extended or not and all. When a person is detained pursuant of an order, so preventive detention, again Article 22 talking about preventive detention. So yes, there are some provisions mentioned in the Constitution as well talking about preventive detention. So that is why Supreme Court has said we have to be extremely careful while handling these things. Hai na? Often quashing the detention order comes several months after they are detained, and in some cases including the latest one in which court has made a remark and all. Now what happens is many cases the person is arrested under preventive detention, he is in jail for maybe many months, and later on his case comes and the High Court or a Supreme Court says that he has been arrested wrongly. But he has lost many months or many years in the jail. So that is an issue. In preventive detention cases, courts essentially examine whether the procedural safeguards have been adhered to or not. So there are a lot of procedures that have to be followed before arresting someone in actually preventive detention. So basically Supreme Court is giving advice to the lower court as well, means it is giving advice to High Court and subordinate courts that the judges should be careful while seeing the matter regarding preventive detention, that whether all the procedures have been followed or not. Okay? That is what is being talked. Some facts concerning preventive detention are quite stark. Most detention are ultimately set aside, and the most common reason there is unexpected delay. So he's saying in many cases it are set aside, means they are the court declares it wrong or void. So in many cases this happens. That is what the author is talking about. Failure to provide proper grounds for detention or delay in furnishing them, and sometimes giving illegal copies of documents are other reasons and all. So there are other reasons also why actually the preventive detention are actually quashed by the courts. That is what the author is talking about. Now as far as preventive detention is concerned, Tamil Nadu is at the top. That is what actually it is saying. Between 2011 to 2021 in preventive detention. And there are laws like this. I hope you are aware, Gundas Act and all. So these are laws which are actually allow preventive detention and all. Okay. So just have an idea. Yes, it has been criticized by many experts and all, that the idea of preventive detention. Many of the people actually believe that preventive detention must be removed now from the Constitution. Because it is against antithetical to democracy and all. Many have actually criticized these things. Okay, now let's talk about opinion page number 7, fighting the Kremlin today. Now what is Kremlin? When you see the word Kremlin, you should refer it to the Russian government. Why? Because Kremlin is a place where Russian president resides. ठीक है, ठीक है. So if you read it, Kremlin is the place earlier where Russian emperor used to live. Now actually the place of official residence of Russian president, and now it is officially referred to as Russian government. So whenever Kremlin word is used, it is referring to Russian government. Like for example, we have Raisina Hill. So Raisina Hill is what? The place where Rashtrapati Bhavan is there, है ना? Rashtrapati Bhavan or President House is there. Okay. So that region is called as Raisina Hill. Similarly, when we refer to Kremlin, we are referring to the President's House of Russia, and that is why we are referring to the power center, and that is why basically we are referring to Russian government. Okay. You can read this article. There is nothing special about it. So I'm not going in detail about it. We have discussed so many things about Russia, Ukraine and all. So just go and read about it. Now next is worst Lok Sabha election happened in the year. Your options are 1954, 47, 50, 52. Your time starts now. First Lok Sabha election कब हुआ था? Yes, actually it started in December 1951 and ended in February 1952. But since most of the portion happened in 1952, we call it as 1952 elections. So we got independence in 1947, but it took almost 4.5 years, 4.5 years to actually conduct the first Lok Sabha election. So D is the right answer. Yes, Priya Chavan, very good. Hai na? We call it as 1951-52, but it's technically called as 1952 elections. Okay, so D is the right answer. Yes, Amolya Raj, you all are right. D is the right answer. Okay, Payal Tanwar. So Jawaharlal Nehru was on one side, then Ajay Ghosh from CPI and Jayaprakash Narayan from Socialist. Hai na? Yes, the right answer is D. Payal, Amolya, Priya, Neha, you all are right. Basically, there was an article on the second half of opinion page. The 17th Lok Sabha is likely to be the shortest since 1952. And 1952 means referring to first Lok Sabha. And 17th Lok Sabha we are talking about is right now, from 2019 to 2024. So next year we will be having elections, right? So that is what 17th Lok Sabha they are talking about. 17th Lok Sabha, which is entering in its final year, has functioned for 230 sitting days so far. Of all the Lok Sabha seats completed the full 5-year term, the 16th Lok Sabha had the lowest 331. So last time the 16th Lok Sabha, which was actually from 2014 to 19, was the lowest one with 331 days sitting days. Sitting days means MPs coming and talking, and MP coming and means discussing about the bill, passing the bill and all. So that's now in 17th Lok Sabha seat, Lok Sabha right now till now we are having 230, and 1 year is left. So even if one, I mean, it's very difficult to believe that it will cross this 331 mark. So maybe most likely the 17th Lok Sabha would be the shortest. That is what the author is talking about. Okay, since 1952. So just have an idea about it. The latest session saw the least time amount of spent on questions and all. So the latest session means the February session, which was actually the budget session of 2023. Least amount of time was given in questioning, because yes, opposition leaders and people from other MPs do ask questions from the government. So less amount of time was given in asking questions and all. That is what here it is written in this article. Okay. Now यहाँ पे question है Saudi Arab quest for strategic autonomy. So this is actually strategic autonomy is talking about. Now what is this? Let me explain. देखो, I hope you are aware this actually ties was very much in the news. That see, Saudi Arab and Iran is generally do not have a very good relationship, because Iran is a Shia dominated and Saudi Arab is a Sunni dominated country. Generally they have not very good relationship. But China brokered a deal between Saudi Arab and Iran. Brokered the deal, समझते हो ना, मतलब दोस्ती कराना एक तरह से, हाँ. So that is why it is a new thing in Saudi's diplomacy. That is what you should be knowing it. So Saudi Arab having trying to re-establish the relation with Iran. Then Saudi Arab is actually holding talks with Syria under Russian mediation. And I hope you are aware, Yemen war was there, Yemen civil war, where actually there was government versus Houthi rebels. Yes, and so Houthi rebels were supported by Iran and other party was supported by Saudi government. So basically it is called as Iran-Saudi Arab proxy war in civil in Yemen. So basically both were playing proxy war in Yemen as well. On one side was supported by Iran, other side was supported by Saudi Arab. Now they are saying a Saudi Omani delegation is in Yemen to hold talks with Iran-backed Houthi rebels. So the Saudi government is also trying to talk with Houthi rebels to solve these issues. So now we are saying that the Saudis' stance of diplomacy are actually changing. That is what is being talked about here. Okay? So just have an idea about it. Now page number 10 mein, Ukrainian leader was there. Ukrainian first deputy minister was in India. Okay? And she actually, Zelensky will be happy to speak at G20 summit in September. So this year in September, G20 summit is going to happen in India. So the minister is saying she is expecting, or the country is expecting, that the Ukraine would be invited in G20 summit and all. Okay, although if you see it carefully in the map, here is Ukraine. Ukraine is not a part of G20. Not a part of G20. Okay. But still, actually, they are expecting that India would be inviting them as a guest. So that is what she has said. Okay. She was in India, the minister, Ukraine minister, Emin Dazaparov. Okay. So just have an idea. The next is page number 12. IMD predicts normal monsoon as El Nino affects looms large this year. So we have discussed about it, these things and all, generally how the El Nino works and all. I have told you this is Southern Pacific. In Southern Pacific Ocean, wherever El Nino happens, in India, the southwest monsoon gets strong or weak. What is the right answer? When El Nino happens in South Pacific, the southwest monsoon in India would get weak or strong, guys. What? So it would get weak. Okay. But if there is, let's say, La Nina, instead of El Nino, there is La Nina. In that case, the southwest monsoon becomes strong. So this would be stronger. Okay. So that is what is being talked about. Now we are talking about yes, Rashmikant, very good. El Nino, whenever El Nino is there, southwest monsoon India gets weak. Yes. Good, Rashmikant ho ja. Indian Meteorological Department, which actually predicts these things, are under which ministry? Your options are Ministry of Science and Technology, Ministry of Earth Sciences, Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Your time starts now. बताओ क्या सही जवाब है? IMD is under which ministry? The right answer is, देखो थोड़ा सा अपना लॉजिक लगाओ. देखो ये दोनों से चांस कम है ना? Either it can be A or B. So it is more concerned about Earth, है ना? Earth के बारे में. So the right answer is B, है ना? So Ministry of Earth Sciences talks about Indian Meteorological Department. This is the logo, and this is under actually Ministry of Earth Sciences, and Mr. Jitendra Singh is the Minister of Earth Sciences. Yes, the right answer is B. Rashmikant Oja is right. B is the right answer to this question. Okay. Yes, Truptesh, Amulya Raj, you all are right. Good. एक वर्ल्ड पेज में आर्टिकल था 100 feared killed in Janta strikes on Myanmar village. So Janta is nothing but military of Myanmar. So they are using the word Janta. Janta government means the military government of Myanmar. The military officially is called as Tatmadaw in Myanmar. Okay. Now, one more thing you should be knowing is, I hope you are aware that, please go and read about Myanmar's. On 1st February 2021, military coup happened. Military coup happened in Myanmar. I hope you are aware of that. And since then, military is ruling. It is actually, there is no democracy now in Myanmar. And that is why a lot of violence are happening, people are dying and all. So those who are talking about the democratic ideas, they are being crushed and all. So I hope you are aware of this. Please go and read about this. Go and find out who is the army chief who has declared himself to the prime minister, who is the president, and read about Aung San Suu Kyi, in which year she got a Nobel Prize, which political party she belongs to, why she is in jail. She is in jail. For how many years she will be in jail and all. So go and read about it. That's important. Okay, so this is all about today's class. Please subscribe to our channel, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, and download the BYJU'S exam prep app. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.